Stardate 2024-11 for November-21. Happy Thursday. More Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. In the training, we only have solo flight left. We didn't really properly learn how to turn on the Skyhawk Cessna 172 by the book. We will get there eventually, but let's give the first solo flight another try. We tried it yesterday, but we missed something. This little scroll bar, we couldn't see the little bar of the scroll bar, so we didn't know there were more options in the communications menu with air traffic control. Today, now I know that you can scroll down. Let's see if we can get some sort of grade on the first solo flight. I might cheat by pressing Control E to turn on the engine by itself, but I might go for the checklist. We'll see how we feel once we get in the airplane. Let's go. $5,400, the climb level. Then we're gonna turn left on crosswind and climb to 6,000 feet. Still maintaining 75 knots. Then once established in downwind lang, maintain 6,000 feet, reduce speed to 80 knots and extend 10 degrees of flaps. Enter base leg and prepare for final. When turning to final approach, maintain 65 knots. And they don't tell you here, but to maintain 65 knots in the C-172, in my experience from yesterday, you have to put down 20 degree of flaps. So we're gonna do that. And we're going to follow the glide slope down. Oh, here you go. Use power of flaps is required to adjust the slope. Okay. Maintain, it depends on the wind too, you know. You might have to use more flaps or less. And maintain glide slope and alignment. Keep speed at 65 knots. Flare, land, and brake close to the runway center line. Stay relaxed, operate your aircraft safely, and enjoy your flight. Let's do it. Okay, takeoff 5,300. Then crosswind 5,700, then 6,000. Go. I wonder if real airplanes, the rudder pedals are as sensitive as the VKB. It is adjustable. I could make it hard, more, what's the word I want? It's not sturdy, but more stiff. Stiffer. By changing like this spring setting. I just have it on default.
It's time. Your first solo flight.
Track IR is working.
I'll be watching from the ground, in radio contact if you need me, but something tells me you won't. Your goal is to complete Sedona's left-hand traffic pattern on your own. Remember everything we covered in our previous sessions, and you'll be just fine. Good luck.
All right, Jess, let's go.
See you on the other side.
See you on the other side. Do I have to tell them that we're gonna take off? Let's take a look. Oh, there's no communication with the tower, so let's just do it. We just have to focus on the flight. Test 1, 2. Audio checks out. I'm more used to the Cessna 152, so it's a little different, this airplane. Let's get to 75 knots. And a little too much. We're at 5,480. Okay, turn left for crosswind. 5,700 feet. Try to stay near 75 knots. Okay, we are at 5,700. Alright, and now we're gonna get into the downwind leg. Try not to bank more than 30 degrees. Alright, we're in the crosswind line. We're gonna climb to 6,000 already, almost there. We're at 5,980. And we'll level out. It's about 6,000. Trying to use the trim switch here. To keep the airplane at that. Extend flights by 10 degrees. Done. We're just above 6,000 feet, or about 6,080 feet. Let's get down a little bit, see if we can get that, reach 6,000 feet to be green. Alright, we're at 6,000 feet on the dot. For some reason it's not turning green, maybe only when we reach the marker for the end of the downwind leg. Okay. Doesn't seem to think I am at 6,000 feet for some reason. Maybe a bug between my head or a bug in the sim. I'm not sure. Let's try to climb more and see. 1975 knots. We're gonna turn left on final, and we're gonna extend flaps to 20 degrees. I'm used to World War II planes, so I tend to bank more than 30 degrees. Alright, flaps to 20 degrees. Have to learn where the flap indicator is in this airplane, I'm not sure. 65 knots. Right there, 64, 65.
500.
Land on runway 21, here we are. Power's cut. I'm just gonna go on the glide slope, and we're gonna flare right before touching down. Here we go. Gently. Gently. Use a bit of rudder to try to get in the middle. Gently. Alright. Brakes. Not too bad. Minus 139 feet per minute according to Sim Toolkit Pro. There's an update coming up tonight apparently, which will make it more efficient to connect to the sim. I'm not sure if it'll be anything we see we'll even notice.
You did well, but you can do better. You're on your way to becoming one hell of a pilot.
Thanks, Jess. Alright, we passed that. It wasn't an A, probably a C or a B. But we are going to try to got a B. That's good enough for now. The takeoff and the downwind leg were the lowest grade. I'm not sure why the downwind leg was a low grade, because I felt like I kept at 6,000 or thereabouts and maintained the speed, but for some reason the sim wasn't happy. The takeoff I did climb, but I think too steeply, so I bled too much airspeed. I didn't maintain a 75 knots. All right, next training. Okay, we've done everything. Eventually we'll get A's on everything here. Okay, there's only 3. The first solo flight, the downwind, and the takeoff. And that's interesting because it's the takeoff and the downwind that I get low marks in the first solo. And those have B's here as well. So, maybe let's just do it. Let's try to get A's right here. All right. Taxi into position on the runway. Accelerate to 65 knots before pitching up to take off. 65 knots, okay. I'm used to the Cessna 152, which I think is 55, around 52, thereabouts. So 65 for the C-172. Maintain 75 knots while climbing to safety altitude of 5,500 feet. All right, let's give it a shot. If I'm staying very still as I'm flying, it's because I'm concentrating, okay? If track IR is stuck to my head here, stuck to my hat, it means that it's better if I don't move my hand around like a wild animal too much, okay? Like a wild animal that's startled.
There's an old saying I like, a mile of road will take you a mile. A mile of runway will take you anywhere. Taking off isn't hard, but there are a few key points to remember. First, we always take off into the wind, which won't be an issue on a calm day like today. Second, before we enter a runway, we always make sure it's clear. Check to the right to see if a vehicle is on the runway, and to the left to make sure no other planes are approaching. Runway numbers are not arbitrary. Each number matches the first 2 number of the runway's compass bearing, rounded to the nearest 10 degrees. For example, a runway orientated towards the north would be numbered 36, which is 360 degrees on a compass. Everything looks good, no cross traffic. Go ahead and taxi into position.
All right, let's do it.
Now slowly taxi onto the runway and align the plane with the center line. Then stop your plane just after the number 21.
Just after number 21 is right there. Oh, you want me to go there?
Excellent. All right, let's do this. Apply full power, and I'll walk you through the takeoff as we go.
Full power, here it comes. Full power! Here we go.
Use your rudder to stay on the center line, and keep pushing power until you reach 55 knots. Gently pull back on the yoke. And we're airborne. Line up the top of your instrument panel so it's a couple of inches above the horizon. That'll pitch us up and set a good climb altitude. Maintain 75 knots and we'll reach our target altitude of 5,500 feet in no time. Focus on flying straight. Use your rudders to remove the left yaw plane has when climbing. You can see your current yaw input by looking at the MFD's slip skid indicator. Maintain 75 knots and climb to 5,500 feet.
About a 6-degree angle, I think, for that.
6,500 feet. You've reached your target altitude. That was a nice takeoff.
Thank you. Oh, I didn't put the flaps up. Maybe that's why it was taking a little while. All right, we got an A though. Good. 1-2 bots. Okay, downwind and first solo flight are the things we need A's still before we have a full A's on that. We might just try to do the private pilot's license test before we have full A's. B's are good enough, I think, but let's give it a shot, you know. Okay, we're gonna learn about downwind, base, and final. Okay, the downwind refers to the section of the pattern that goes the opposite way to the runway used for takeoff or landing. Base refers to the last leg of the circuit before final, and final refers to the leg leading directly to the landing. Okay. Once establishing the downwind leg along runway 21 at 6,000 feet, start to prepare for the landing by reducing your speed to 80 knots and set 10 degrees of flaps, so 10 degrees and 80 knots on downwind. All right. A good distance from the runway is a gliding distance. You can judge by seeing the runway from the cockpit at about half the strut under the wing. Okay. When turning to base leg, reduce speed to 75 knots and 20 degrees of flaps. And then final, we maintain 65 knots to go down the glide slope and turn the engine off, basically. I mean, we could turn it off, but we're just going to close the throttle. Okay. Might sound obvious, but in a left-hand pattern, all your turns will be to the left. Okay, let's do it. Here we are.
Okay, we're currently flying on the downwind leg at the standard traffic pattern altitude of 6,000 feet. It's a flight path parallel to the landing runway, but in the opposite direction.
It's halfway down between the strut and the runway, so that's about a gliding distance to it.
That means setting your speed and flaps configuration. We are passing the end of the runway, so go ahead and reduce RPM to 1,700. It will help you to slow you down to 80 knots and begin your descent. The flaps provide extra lift at the expense of additional drag. This extra lift allows flying at a lower airspeed. Flaps allow for smoother and shorter landings. Go ahead and extend 10 degrees of flaps, all while maintaining current speed.
Oh, that's where it is, right there.
We will turn to the base leg when the end of the runway is at a 45-degree angle behind us.
Bit more throttle because we're losing airspeed. We want to maintain about 80 knots. Definitely not a precision pilot, me.
Turn left onto the base leg.
I try when in these sorts of situations, you know, instruction situations, but generally I go by feel, which is my favorite way to fly. So never get me anywhere close to an airliner cockpit. It's looking pretty photorealistic, this cockpit right now.
Try to keep our speed around 75 knots. Keep an eye on the runway as we get ready for our final turn.
There it is.
Turn left onto final. Make your left turn onto final.
All right. 20
Keep a
degrees of
stabilized
flat.
approach with 65 knots airspeed and prepare for landing. Use throttle and flaps as required to adjust the glide slope.
It's a little bit too much to the right.
500.
Apply the brakes and stop the plane.
Was okay, I think.
You followed the traffic pattern well. Good job.
She didn't like the landing though. Oh, okay. It was a little harder than you. I want to try to get it below 100. Another B, final approach and landing. We'll try it. Let's go to the next one, because this is the other one we have B. And let's actually go back, go to the career mode and try to take our test.
You seem comfortable out there. I'm sure you will get your PPL in no time.
All right, Tex,
There's
let's
a
try it
laptop in
again.
the office that should.
Someone on Reddit called my character. I mean, I had already, you know, I didn't try to make it Harry Potter on purpose, but he became sort of Harry Potter as we noticed the similarities as we played. But someone on Reddit called my character the divorced Harry Potter. He looked quite, you know, sad and morose when he was waiting for Microsoft Flight Simulator to load, and he couldn't in the first day.
All the different certification. All the training lessons you'll need to pass.
We already
the PPL
gave him
exam
2,000 credits to
Make sure you're
Tex.
comfortable with these before.
Let's take the exam. Alright, gonna start aircraft and taxi towards designated runway with an intermediate stop at hold short. Then we're going to align with the runway and take off once we reach 55 knots indicated airspeed. There's a asterisk there. Indicated airspeed refers to information that you can read off of your airplane's airspeed indicator. Alright. Then we're going to climb upwind at a speed of 75 knots until we reach the crosswind leg. Once in crosswind leg, climb to 1,000 feet AGL. Alright. While maintaining 75 knots. I'm going to turn left and maintain 1,000 feet above ground level throughout the downwind leg. We are not to exceed 90 knots. Once abeam the touchdown point, key aviation term referring to a specific object, fix or point between 90 degrees to the right or the left of the pilot's aircraft. Okay, a beam. Alright, so once abeam the touchdown point, fly at 80 knots, extend 10 degrees of flaps, just like we did in this prior training now in downwind. Push nose down into descent, turn left towards the base leg of the pattern, slowing down to 75 knots, extend 20 degrees of flaps, turn towards final approach leg, maintain a glide slope at 65 knots, perform a smooth landing. Standard air traffic control interactions are expected to be performed during your test. You will need clearance before taxi, taking off, and landing. Okay, and to maintain optimal control over your airplane and to avoid damaging it, remember not to overspeed your flaps. Full deployment under 85 knots only. Not to overspeed your airframe. Always stay below 163 knots. I've known about that one from Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And don't put too much stress on the aircraft. Preventable by maneuvering and landing smoothly. Okay, aircraft-specific recommended speeds are stored in your electronic flight bag. Okay. Alright, 8 minutes should take. Gonna take off. Initial climb, 1,000 feet, then we turn left, climb to 1,000 feet AGL, then to downwind. 80 knots, 10 degrees of flap, turn left to base. 20 degrees of flaps around there. And then turn left to final. And maintain 65 knots on the glide slope. Let's give it a shot. Will he make it? Will Harry make it today?
It's time. Your first ever check ride. Start by removing the covers and chocks, then join me inside.
Alright. Is it Jess? I think it's someone else. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go the walk around. Hard to get to the snow strut. Alright. We'll stay crouched down. Let's check the struts on this side. We'll stay crouched. We'll look up at the aileron. We'll move it, click and hold to move it about, and we're always going to check out the flap, make sure there's nothing stuck. There's a little dirty. A little bit of dirt. Alright, that one's a little more clickiness. Gomesete segundo. What's up? Long time no see. How's the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? I'm enjoying it so far. Better flight model, I feel. Especially close to the ground. The controls feel a little heavier. Like there's like feels like there's more air resistance that you're moving against, which feels more like a real airplane, you know. Many people had issues with like sort of a botched launch with server problems. I got lucky and managed to get in. So far, so good. Better graphics, more nuanced lighting. Sound seems about the same, you know, pretty good. Some planes better than others. Yeah, that's what I have to report so far. I haven't tried the I'm trying to try the career mode, but first I have to get my private pilot's license approved, and we're trying to do that right now by doing our check flight. How are you, Gomesete? Thanks for dropping by. Contribute to complete the start setup procedure. We're just gonna do that. Should we try to do the thing? Do we feel up for it today? Let's see. Let's get our electronic flight bag. Do I have it here? Or do I have to go to the co-pilot side and do it? I think I'm gonna have to go to the co-pilot side. Alright, let's just try to fly. Control E.
Your goal is to complete a left-hand traffic pattern, respecting the flight path and all required speeds. Rely on what you have learned in your trainings and you'll be fine. Now, show me the best traffic pattern that you've got.
Alright. Let's start by, oops. What's going on? Why is it pointing down there? Okay. Press enter to announce taxi. Really?
Kilo
Enter?
Hotel Alpha
Oh, interesting. Can I just press enter? That's new.
HyperTextHero, Charlie Yankee 668 is taxiing to runway 30.
I'm glad, Gomesete. Thanks for dropping by. I haven't been streaming for a long time due to, you know, in real life things. But good to be back. Hopefully I can stream more regularly, although that's to be seen still. I am going to try. There's a nice little jet here. Wonder what that is. And I'm glad you're well. Steer well clear of those airplanes. See, if I follow that yellow line right in the middle, we would hit the left wingtip on that little jet, and that would be expensive. Some weird positioning of these lights here. You know, they're modeling the whole Earth, so there's going to be glitches here and there, but I would expect, like, the airport where you're doing your chick ride not to be one of those. But maybe, actually, you know what? I think did I pick this airport? I think I might have picked this airport because I wanted to see San Francisco. So you pick the airport where you do the test. I think it's not the same for everyone. So maybe that's why this particular airfield has some glitches, like these things there are weirdly positioned on the taxiway on Charlie here. Yeah, the flight model, there's definitely a greater sense of weight on the ground upon touchdown. If you touch down, for example, the 172, and you hit one wheel, like the left or right before the other, there's a bit of a bounce that you really feel, like the weight of the aircraft, and I don't remember it being as pronounced in 2020 as it is in 2024. Staring at me, I'm making me nervous. Let's hold short. Okay, we're gonna announce takeoff by pressing enter. I like that you can just press enter, that's nice.
Kilo Hotel, Alpha Foxtrot, traffic HyperTextHero, Charlie Charlie Yankee 668, taking off runway, tree 0 left, close traffic.
All right. Stop real quick. Full power. You'll put a bit of flap. And here we go. .55 knots, rotate, and we're airborne. Flaps up. Give us a little more weight. Actually, no, let's just leave them here until we're at 1000 AGL, I think. Alright, crosswind leg, climb to 1000. Turn a little too steeply there, but that's not too bad. 960, 980, 1000. Downwind length. $80 knots and downwind, or 75, between 75 and 80 more or less. Try to maintain that 1,000 feet. We climbed a little bit to 1,200. Runway's around halfway up the strut of the wing, so we're within gliding distance more or less. Ooh, don't overspeed. I went to 90 almost. Press enter to announce position.
Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot traffic HyperTextHero Charlie Charlie Yankee 681 miles southwest 1,000 feet inbound to land runway 30.
I didn't maintain 1,000, but I think it was good enough. Turning to base. Okay, 20 degrees of flaps. Nose coming up or trimming down. All right, and here we go. Turning to final.
Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot traffic HyperTextHero Charlie Charlie Yankee 668 is on final runway 30 to land.
Went a little bit too far to the right there. 60 knots, let's speed up a little bit. Just a little bit, because we're going down. Too much speed will overspeed. A little hard. Oh, did I? Man, I think I had my brakes on. Okay, I think that's a fail. How the heck did I turn the brakes on? We'll see. We'll see what they say. Load short. Taxi to parking.
Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot traffic HyperTextHero Charlie Charlie Yankee 668 is taxiing to parking.
The Skyhawk is back on the ground. Need more practice. New series of streams, if all goes well here, called Fight Flight. Variety of flight simulators, air combat maneuvers, all sorts of different things. One versus many. World War I, World War II, 2D, early PC video games, all the way to the latest one. ones coming up in HyperTextHero, starting this weekend or early next week. So bus. Oh. Hey, heard that? This bus! Whoa! The heck? You gotta love the jank, huh?
Congratulations. You're on your way to become one hell of a pilot.
Oh. Hey, whoa! What the bus? You got an A for that. Can't believe it, but I think I landed with my parking brake on. Maybe they just didn't notice. They didn't have time to notice, so they gave me the A. All right. 977 out of 1,000. That's not bad. Weird. I thought it wasn't as good. All right. Harry Potter is gonna be happier now, I guess. Congratulations. Certification private pilot license airplane passed. Certification private pilot license. Airplane pass. That's a very strange sentence. Allows you to fly a single engine airplane in good weather conditions and perform takeoffs and landings from land. Private pilots cannot fly aircraft for commercial purposes. Alright. Next. New aircraft flyable for missions. You can now fly new aircraft in missions. The Cessna 152, nice. The Skyhawk, this one. The JMB aircraft VL3. I used to fly that in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I landed like around Monument Valley of that one, I remember. And the little Skybirds that we flew for the first time the other day. The very cute and charming little petite flight design CTSL. All right. Also the Robin DR400, that sort of French plane with the cigarette ashtrays and the wings that are like pointed up, the cadet, but for some reason the picture of it is not appearing there. Next.
Congratulations on passing your PPL exam. Hopefully that's the first of many steps on your career path.
Thanks, Tex. What's next?
Your PPL allows you to fly recreationally and begin to build up your flight hours. First flight missions are a great way to increase your experience.
All right, so we can finally get into the career now.
Let's go back to headquarters and review the specializations board to learn more. As you can see, the career journey of a pilot can take many different paths. As I said earlier, your PPL is the first step, allowing you to fly recreationally and perform first flight missions, taking people on tours around the local area.
Sounds good.
As you build up your flight hours and earn more certifications, other specializations will become available. Take a look around. Then when you're ready, head to the missions list to see what's available.
Sounds good, Tex. Alright, we can't fly that one yet. The Viking Air Limited A de Havilland Canada missing certifications to fly this aircraft are high performance endorsement. It has like a radio engine and tail wheel endorsement. It's a tail dragger, so we need those certifications, which I think I want to go for. Alright. First flight. Introduce your first passengers to the pleasures of aviation by letting them explore familiar places from the air. Give them a breathtaking new perspective of their surroundings, allowing them to appreciate all its beauty and diversity. As a pilot, you'll play an essential role in creating unforgettable memories for your guests, offering them a unique and rewarding flying experience. I can do those missions, but I can't do the ferry flight seeing. Skydiving, that's gonna be fun to get to that one. Light transport, the classic video game mission type of carrying one thing from one place to another. Are you advertising? And now they have actually modeled this thing, Neofly in 2020. I used to do these, but it was a bit more of a, you know, clunked on, using what they could. Charter service private. Travelers to famous tourist destinations. Get search and rescue eventually. This was my favorite one in Neofly. I need to be level 20. I need the tail wheel endorsement. And I need to perform landings of an airplane on soft runways or bush. I have to do 10 of those. Cool, so there's a nice little progression thing here going on. I guess you get higher levels as you complete missions. Let's go. There's a lot of stuff. Medevac was a favorite of mine as well. Aerial firefighting, cargo transport, medium size. A lot of these types of airplanes, these Cessna Caravans fly. The 208B fly above here in Michigan, where I live. Agricultural, you know, crop dusters. Charter service VIP, you know, taking the billionaires and millionaires around in their private airplanes. Probably wouldn't be my favorite. And then we get airline. I'm not gonna do these because it's not my favorite, you know. Maybe one day, maybe I'll do one of the flights. And the aerial firefighting extended attack. There's initial attack of small airplanes, and there's extended attack. That's nice detail there, that you have two types of airplanes and two types of missions for that. Ciao.
So tomorrow.
1 second. 1 second. Hey Bruce. Sounds good. Gonna go for a walk? Looks beautiful out there. Bruce just arrived, so I'm gonna hang out a bit. Alright, back to HQ. Harry Potter managed to do his PPL. We got specializations, we got certification, our private pilot license. Select here to view missions.
On this map, you can see all the missions currently available to you.
Did a couple of short flights, pretty good. Feeling good about it? That's cool.
There's one mission currently available. Select it now.
I really wish this was Combat Flight Simulator, but you know, I guess you have those other games. But I'm waiting for. I think in DCS they're working on a round Earth technology, which will be kind of like Microsoft Flight Simulator, a round planet that you can go around. Who knows how long that's gonna take? But taking a flight tour above CA, California. Let's click on it. Yeah, if ever, indeed. You checked out your local area? Cool. I haven't checked out too much of my local area, but I did a little bit. On my first flight the other day, I got lucky and got in. Jessica Rodriguez, a local we all know well, is visiting the club with her husband. It'd be great if you could take them up for a nice and relaxing moment, show them around San Bruno. Okay. We depart, we go to San Bruno, we come back. Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot to back to Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot. Okay, this is I don't know why I picked this, probably because I wanted to see the San Francisco Bay Area from the sky. I used to live in Oakland, right across the bay from San Francisco, for 2 years of my life in a cooperative house there. Very formative time in my life and a very beautiful part of the world. There's the fog that rolls in. There's the sea. There's the Golden Gate. It's a bunch of sightseeing you can do in SF. The redwoods across the bay and to the north, etc. Network issues are nasty, Bruce says. It looks better in 2010 indeed. You're on a VPN to Japan just to log in? Oakland used to be the default airport in the original Flight Simulator. Really? Oakland, California? I thought it was like Chicago or something. Even before Meigs, for real? Interesting. Yeah, you know, I mean, Berkeley is where, you know, a lot of firsts, like with computers and technology happened. So it's a very interesting time of the world right now. Before it was Microsoft, like when it was for the Mac still, maybe. Wow. Never knew that. Nice trivia here. Coming from Bruce, a good friend of the stream over in the UK. Alright, see the full briefing. 45 minutes flight scene duration, Half Moon Bay Flight Club, 2 passengers. The flight coordinator is Brandon Molina. Okay, so it's 2 passengers, so we're gonna have to get a plane that's, well, I think the 172, You played on Atari ST and Amiga? Sublogic? Man, never had either of those. Well, I had an Atari 2600. That was my first ever, you know, computer console. Still, yeah, the ATC is still dumb, I agree. Electronic flight bag. I like the soundscape in this game right now. Visual flight rules. Can I put a hyper? Or text? Let's call it Rambo. Let's put November dash, like you said, Bruce, HTXT. Pastures too. Do I have to put that in, or is it, I think it's gonna be automatic, right? Let's just click accept mission. Frequency change approved. The gap sound terrible. Yeah. Yeah, it's odd. There's maybe a setting that you can use, the Azure AI or whatever it's called, but I haven't looked into it. Mission criteria, sightseeing quality. We can get 33,660 experience points if we do all this. Sightseeing quality, flight smoothness, and landing smoothness. Okay. There's Brandon Molina, our flight coordinator. You know, he does it. He wishes he was like wearing like his well, no shirt, just his shorts, and going surfing instead of wearing this weirdly fitting, like sort of tight-fitting suit and the tie. But as a flight coordinator with his job here in Half Moon Bay, Flying Club, he had to dress the part, you know, in order to be able to get the clients. Yeah, I got Harry Potter. Here he is. I only noticed after I made the character as Harry Potter. Yes. All right, let's do the walkabout. Yeah, look who is. Indeed. Alright, I'm gonna just do these. I'm gonna let and the Pitochu, I'm gonna let the rest go with And where's my damn fit? There's no beards? I didn't notice that either. I guess they're all clean shaven, you know. That's okay, bro.
You can send the guests. Roger that.
Oh, there it comes. There they come. What are they named? Brandon and someone else? Okay, I'm a chauffeur. They're both sitting in the back. I mean, we don't want them to all of a sudden reach up and grab the stick and feel it. Hello, hello, my name is, my name is Harry. I'll be taking you over to San Bruno. Stay calm and enjoy your flight. Control E, complete starter procedure.
This may be just another day at the office for you, Captain, but for everyone here, it's a special occasion. Captain, please welcome aboard Jessica and her husband. They're good friends of the club members and they're living nearby. So it's a bit special to take them with you. If the seatbelts are fastened, you're ready for takeoff. Captain, give it a shot.
I guess the husband doesn't have a name. Maybe he's some sort of high-powered Silicon Valley executive who wants to remain nameless. And but of course they named his wife or date or whoever that is Jessica. That's kind of odd, but okay.
Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot Traffic HyperTextHero India Delta Yankee 4114 is taxiing to runway 12.
And they're all American. Probably a good thing. The British accent would probably be awful.
Nice to meet you, Captain. I'm Jessica. Never had the chance to fly over San Bruno before, and I'm thrilled, so I'm counting on you to show me lots of cool stuff around my place.
Hey, I'm Ryan, Jessica's
okay,
husband.
He's Ryan.
Pleasure to meet you.
Okay, hello Ryan and Jessica. I'm Harry Potter. I know I look and have the same name as the magician kid in the books. But I'm just a pilot. I just got my private pilot's license, and believe it or not, year 2 are my first rides. So, you know, stay calm, don't be afraid. I did get my license, I promise. That's why I'm in the controls here of the plane, and I'll do my best to give you a smooth ride over. Give it a shot. Sounds like they're expecting it to make a big success. I know they... Dude, if it was someone's first flight, to give the first time doing the job, I'd be pretty nervous if I was sitting in the back. I like that they let you skip all the turning the plane on and off and just press one button for air traffic control communications as well. I think that's a nice touch. You know, it makes it a little easier if you don't want to do that stuff. Picked up the knee. That's so janky. But you know, I like that it's here. I'd rather have janky and somewhat works than nothing at all, I think. But it's, yeah, it's... I think there was a huge discussion, a huge debate and argument between people at Asobo Studios and Microsoft within the teams, because I think that a lot of people were screaming on one end of the desk, this is a flight sim, it's a simulator, it's not a game. We should not add this stuff to the game, we're wasting our time. We should be focusing on making the planes more true to life. And then someone else said, but it's now we have it on Xbox, it brings in a lot of money, we should make it into a game. People are downloading NeoFly and using these third-party utilities. We could be having those players playing within our system and giving us more money. And then they're like, no, we should. And then eventually someone made a decision, and here we are. It is a very gamey, janky game so far. Haven't had any terrible bugs, but some people probably have.
Kilo Hotel Alpha Foxtrot Traffic HyperTextHero India Delta Yankee 4114.
Did you say scary, exciting, mostly exciting? Ooh, look at those clouds. You can turn them off with one key. I think it's... I had to map it. It wasn't mapped for me. I mapped it to Alt V to turn all this stuff off. Like, for example, that stuff there. So I can turn it off. But I'm just gonna turn it on now because, you know, I'm doing the gamey thing. 10 degree of flaps, go. Hold on. Ryan, Jessica, hold on. I do like the aircraft sounds. Right, 55 knots, rotate.
We're leaving the ground behind. What a rush!
Aviator performance landing light turned off. Okay. Did they do it, or do I have to do it? I don't know this. I know the 152. I don't know this one very well.
Don't sink, don't sink, don't
Oops.
sink, don't sink, don't sink.
They're like freaking terrified by now. Flaps up. What? See the gamey stuff? I have Alt V. I forget what it is. It's like I'll look it up. I think I wrote it in my blog post, but I mapped it to something that you can turn it off if you want a pure flight experience. But I'm gonna leave the gamey stuff on for my first mission here.
A bird just flew past and I wanted to wave to him.
What the heck is this, dude? The VR symbol right next to you is creepy. I figured out how to turn off the co-pilot, by the way. I had Christopher walk next to me for most of my flights. I finally managed to figure out with help of someone that read it. Ooh, do I have to put the flaps down a bit?
I wish we could see places we know, but also discover some we don't.
Yeah, would be quite a flight.
Okay, I didn't get enough speed, I think, so I'm struggling here.
Stall, stall.
I think they were pretty high. You know, in the right place for that, California.
Relax, Jessica. You're gripping the seat so hard you're going to break your hand.
No fear for heights at all. I feel super safe, like we're in our own little bubble.
So do a barrel roll? Alright, here we go. Let's see if they say something, okay?
What's that weird jolt? Are we going down?
Alright, let's try to scare the heck out of them. Here we go.
Stall, 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 stall.
They didn't say a thing.
Jessica? Even better than you thought, right?
Bumpy. Brandon, thanks for asking. We're having a blast up here.
500.
I'm happy for you. I'll let you two enjoy the moment.
I'm blacking out! Just enjoy the moment. Okay. Max rate turn. Okay, let's go. Brake! Brake!
The bomb,
Stall,
it's shaking a lot.
stall, stall,
Oh.
stall, 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 stall.
Where does it show?
Stall, stall, stall.
Does it show how many
You
G's
okay?
you're pulling
Not
somewhere?
scared?
I'm too excited to be scared.
Okay, oh, I pressed Alt N by mistake and I skipped to sightseeing, I think. I wanted to do Alt V. Speed of 87. Altitude of 1,000 feet. Yeah, beautiful San Bruno. Look how gorgeous it is. Is the Apple campus over there? No, I think this is a bit north of it. Kind of kidding, you know.
Some people enjoy a bumpy ride. I'm not one of them.
Oh, music's coming up.
We're going so fast that it's hard to admire the scenery.
Beautiful. Look at San Bruno. Look at those highways. Look at the San Francisco SFO airport over there, international airport.
It's hard to enjoy the scenery at this speed.
And we're doing a sightseeing tour right in front of the runways. Wind's probably coming from the west anyway. Yeah, this is Bay Area. SF is, this is San Francisco International Airport. Oakland is across the bay there. San Francisco is a bit further north.
I've never seen the area like this.
Alcatraz, Clint Eastwood, and a real prison. Yeah, we should go check it out. Here, I'm gonna skip to landing right now. We can go do a quick flight to Alcatraz, okay? It's nice that they give you the option to skip. It's like in the combat flight sims, they give you the option to get right in the action, you know?
Ready for another round?
It was incredible. The plane shook a lot, but it was all part of the thrill.
500.
Ooh, max speed with flaps down exceeded, aviator performance down. And now it's gonna be a bumpy landing, so it was too fast.
Stall. Stall. Stall.
So smooth.
The jankiness kind of adds to it in a weird way. It's probably, you know, AI voices and stuff. It makes it more humorous, I guess. I mapped the toe wheel, the toe brakes as well. And we're gonna
Hotel Alpha Foxtrot traffic HyperTextHero.
And we're gonna skip to the taxi because I'm gonna go for a little walk outside
to bounce back and make it right. I'm sure our guests had a thrill over their home region anyway.
Control Shift E. Alright, mission success, even though we did a barrel roll on a maximum performance turn. We got a D! Flight smoothness 0, okay. Oh, wait a minute. It went up to a C. Whoa. Little Harry Potter C pilot. Same here, Bruce. I'm gonna get going. Thank you so much for dropping by. Hope we can fly together sometime soon, okay? DCS, IL2, whatever you want. This game. Same here, man. Same here. Have a great one. And I'm gonna leave it here, people. With this, I'm gonna get going. I'm Text. You're awesome. And I'll see you later tonight or tomorrow for another stream. Cheers, Bruce. Peace out. I'm out.